Hey folks, good morning. It's uh it's walking up uppers time. Gonna just saying hi to the neighbors and enjoying the beautiful sunny day that is this morning. It's actually a little warmer than it has been the last few days. Not as warm as last week though. But the sun made me think about windows. I know we talked about windows a while back. Well, let's really talk about windows, some styles and stuff. The uh the style of window that normally is put in most houses is a single or double hung. Now, the difference between a single and a double hung is what moves. A single hung, only the bottom moves. A double hung, usually the bottom moves and the top moves, which allows for better ventilation sometimes, usually has a full screen. Um, and often it's a lot easier to clean. It's an easier window to deal with when it comes to that. The double hungs are, and a lot of times they're just a little bit better. Single hung is what you're going to find a lot of times in garages. Some houses still have them, like if it's a starter home maybe, or a smaller home where it's built a little bit less expensive. That's one way that contractors can save cost is by going to a single hung. And they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're single hung, double hung. They're both great. Um, then you have the casement, which you know you screw it in, screw it out kind of thing, where it goes side to side. It opens up, usually outward. Um, and there's great places for those. Those a lot of times you get more viewable space and easier. It's an easier window to use in areas that are harder to access. Example, and I do this a lot in my houses. When people want a window where the sink is, you have 24 inches, 25 inches when you count the overhang, a give or take, of space that you have to reach over to open a window. A lot of times, folks they want to do that because they want the view, which is great, but they also want to be able to open it, like during the spring and fall when sometimes they don't want to turn the heater on or the air conditioner on, and they've got beautiful weather, and they want something that's screened, but also something that allows for airflow. Casement windows are great there because you can reach over and use the lever to open it rather than trying to pull up or pull down, which quite honestly, um, I've tried pulling up some that are getting a little older from that distance, and I have a hard time. So I can't imagine how hard it is for anyone else. The other one that you have is awning. Awning can also be used in those areas. It opens from the bottom, and the top is where the hinge is, so it opens out like that. Those are I like using those a lot of times in shower enclosures. If we put them up high, and you still want something that can open for ventilation, they're great for that. I like using those in bedrooms where you have small windows up high, but you still want to be able to utilize them for ventilation. Um, a lot of times I will put those with a large window, like a picture window, and put them on the bottom or the top so that you still have ventilation, but you have a lot of view space. So I do like awning windows for that. And you have picture windows, which are just fixed glass windows. They don't open. They're just for view. Sometimes they're transoms. Sometimes they're satellites on doors. A lot of times they're big squares or rectangles, but they can also be any shape. A lot of times they make them specialty shapes, and those are just for view. Those are to be able to look out. And sometimes, like in family rooms, living rooms, large walls, sometimes you put one of those, and then you either put double hungs or casement windows on each side. That way you still have airflow, but you still have a lot of view. One of the things that you got to worry about with windows is when you put them in bedrooms, you need what's called egress, the ability to get out of the window. So that's got to be noted, and it's got to be available for all your bedrooms. And a lot of times if you're putting something in a bathroom, or if it's going to be within 12 inches of any opening, it's got to be tempered. So these are some of the other things that you got to worry about when it comes to your windows, and these all add up. I try not to put them within 12 inches just because of that, because the code states 12 inches of an opening, a door opening, and they don't care if it's a sliding glass door, or they don't care if it opens the opposite way. It can still be, it still needs to be tempered. There's a lot of little things that go on with windows, things that you might want to do. Anyways, if you're looking to figure out your windows, give me a call. Check out my website for contact information, DennisFletcherDesignStudio.com. You can email me. You can set up a scheduled call. We can talk about your project and go from there. Hit that follow button and hit the like button, and I'll talk to you later.